So, for those who don't know, who is Z Wells? Who are you?
I am Z Wells. I am an artist. I rap, I sing, I produce. I feel like I'm a visionary and I try my best to be the best.
Who are your biggest inspirations to create the work that you do?
My biggest inspirations when it comes to creativity in music or whatever, film, I would say Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, Brandy, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Kanye. When it comes to music, um, when it comes to like my taste in film, I love Spike Lee. Um, I feel like those people inspire me the most, for sure.
Okay, so you're into the classics.
Oh yes, I'm in the classics. I want to make classics, so I have to study them. You know,
So, your upcoming album is titled Joseph. Could you give us some context behind that name and why you chose the name Joseph?
I chose the name Joseph because first is my middle name. Second is my grandfather's name. I have a cousin named Joseph, and I have an uncle named Joseph as well. So it's just a family name. And when you think family, you think something warm. You think something close to heart. And I feel like this album, the whole tone of it is warm and close to heart in terms of my inspirations and in terms of just everything I love combining into one. So I called it Joseph because of that. And it's been a whole journey just making it for real.
And how would you describe Joseph for those who haven't heard it yet?
I would describe Joseph as a loving, fun album. Uh, you have up tempo, you have slow songs, but I would totally describe most of it as just a warm, loving album. It's not really any negativity. I don't make negative music. I don't put negativity in my music. I might have gone through negative things in my life, but I might express that in the music, but I don't make my music negative. So it's positive, it's loving, once again, and it's warm. It's Joseph.
Got you, got you. So, as someone who's watched you grow for a long time, I know that you've evolved a lot with your work. So, what is something that we can expect to hear on this album that we haven't heard from Z Wells before?
What you can expect from this album is vocals for real. I feel like over the years I've grown when it comes to singing. With this project, I just wanted to show the work I've been putting in when it comes to singing. And you can expect live instrumentation, a lot of that. Uh, that's one new thing that I pretty much introduced to myself with this project was having a lot of live instrumentation. I've had it here and there, but I pretty much have live instrumentation on a lot of these songs. It's 11 songs, probably about 9 or 8 of them have live instruments on it. So that's one thing. I worked with many vocalists, creating choirs for songs and all of that. Like it was really fun. And one thing that I really did on this album was take my time. It took 4 years.
And it's interesting that you say that because that brings me to my next question. So, you've had a major hand in the production of this album. So, you've worked with, like you said, the producers, you've worked with a choir, you worked with some instrumentalists, and, the list kind of goes on. So, how do you feel that has impacted the project, and what do you feel the experience has been like?
Having a hand in the production of this album was completely new to me. I worked with my bro Terrence Ray, me and him. We produced every track together. We didn't make the beats to every track, but we produced every track, mixed them together, and he made the beats, and I helped. Uh, but it was completely new, honestly, because on my previous projects, I never really. It was rare that I had an idea for a beat and we actually made it happen. Uh, where I had sounds in my head and I made it happen. But with Joseph, it's like, man, I'd be hearing something in my head. I go straight to my phone, sing it out. I'm like, Terry, we have to make this song. My bro Noah Elkins, he played a lot of the instruments on this album. I'd be like, Noah, play this, bro. I'll sing it out and he play it. And I feel like with that, it has made me realize that I can make a song top to bottom. I don't need someone to send me beats and just pick beats. I literally can create something from nothing. And that just shows me that I'm just a true creative.
Respect. So from the first time you started Joseph, from the first day you started it to now shooting the cover, what would you say is something you've kind of learned from this whole experience?
The first day that I started Joseph, I would have never even thought that I could do something like this. Like, in terms of creating the project, I didn't think it would lead to something that's great. I kind of I started creating it 4 years ago, September 2018. I didn't think that it was gonna have live instrumentation. I didn't think it was gonna be more grand than any of my other projects, but I pretty much thought it was just gonna be another album. And then, you look up 4 years later and it has turned into more than just another album. It's pretty much like been my life for the past 4 years. I've been living it. I even got it tatted on me, Joseph. But today it kind of feels like full circle. Like, honestly, everything in my life is pretty much felt full circle around this time. And this shoot is just a cherry on top. Everything today has been amazing. So it feels very much full circle.
What do you see for yourself in the near future that people should look out for?
I see myself putting out this album and more visuals and just creating more, helping other people with their music and their vision. Um, just continuing to connect with my peers who are also creatives, and just putting out more visuals. I want to just make sure that the visuals are all captivating for this album. And, I've been working on this album for some time. I want to make sure that people see it and not just hear it. So visuals are the next thing.
For sure, for sure. And as we come to a close, for the people that have been following you for a long time, what would you want to say to them or just let them know?
I would like to say to everyone that's been supporting me on my journey with my music, I appreciate you for real, because you didn't have to stick with me. You didn't have to believe in me, but you did. Even back when I had little potential, like, if you saw it and you stuck with me, I appreciate that from the heart. Uh, I love you, and I hope you continue to stick with me through this phase in my life called Joseph. And I hope you stick with me forever, because it's a lot more to come with this music, I promise. So I love you.